All right, we're going to look at how to synchronize mouth shapes with sounds, which is a very powerful tool and used all the time. You'll have seen it in BrainPop by the time we try this. So let's look at the timeline here. You'll notice we have mouth and head. If I turn them invisible, each layer, there's the mouth's gone, and there's the head. No mystery. But watch how there's really only one keyframe that's going on here. But when I play the movie, watch what's happening here. The mouth is actually changing its shape. So you should be asking yourself, how does that happen if there's only one keyframe? Well, there's an important concept, and it has to do with using a symbol. And we're going to show you that right now. What that really entails is a symbol has its own timeline. We're going to deal with a couple types of symbols. In this case, it is a graphic symbol that you'll see right over here. I won't create one right now, but I'll show you how you would be able to do that. When you go insert new symbol, you've got different options here. The only ones we're going to deal with in our class are movie clip and graphic, and we're starting with graphic. And that's what the the mouth shape is. So let's now double click on the mouth shape and get ready to see something you haven't really seen before. When I double click, it is now showing me, hey, there is a brand new timeline. And let me draw your attention to this area up here. Scene 1 is where we see just the mouth and the head. But inside of this scene, we have in the library a mouth graphic, and that's what we're looking at. So now you'll look at it, and there it is, only the mouth, and again, no head because we're inside of the mouth symbol. It'll take some getting used to, but it has its own timeline. And now watch what happens here. I'm going to drag through this, and you can see that is where Flash is getting all the mouth shapes. It's cycling through this, so it's going to start with that one, keep cruising through, and go to that one. But the cool thing is here, we can call up the mouth shape. So you can see right here, this is called a label. There's a little flag, and I've given it a label name of A because that's what the mouth looks like when you say the letter A. As you can see, O, E, and on and on. So we'll be able to call the shape that we need when we need it. All right, let's now go through the process of having the mouth shape be what you're looking to see when a word is being said. I am going to use the word Murphy. It is not done, well, it's actually done here, but in order to prepare for that, we need to go into the symbol itself. So I'm going to open up the mouth symbol where the timeline is and all the various shapes and the sounds there. So I'm going to do Murphy. So what I need is, starting here on what's frame 36, notice I'm down here, it's frame 36. It's important to know the frame numbers. And there's the M sound. So I'm going to start with the M sound. I'm going to go to the U sound, which is right here at 31. And maybe I want the E sign shape, but I'll go with the U because naturally, even though the letters of the word that you're saying are not going to match exactly the sound that's being said. So we'll go with the U and then an F, even though Murphy spelled with PH, but I know it's an F sound, and I see F right there at 41, and that's the shape I'm going to get. And then Murphy, which ends in a Y, but really we know that's an E sign, an E sound. So I had made a note over on the side here that I want frame 36 out of the mouth symbol, then I want 31, then 41, and then 11. So now I'm prepared to call them as needed, and I do that in scene 1. So I'm not going to, perfect this, but it'll get you the idea. So right now I don't even have a sound here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to call it audio, and I'm going to import the sound that I created in Audacity into the library. It's on my desktop, called Murphy, which makes sense. go to the desktop. All image. Nope, I don't want an image. I want sound, and good. Murphy is there for me to import it. It's now imported, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that's selected in the first frame, and I'm going to drag in my symbol right there, and remember, drag it to the stage. There it is. You can see it's nice and short. So here comes the idea. I'm not going to go crazy doing this, but what I'm going to just arbitrarily say is on this frame, I want to pull forth the M. In fact, I'll go right there. It looks like frame 2. So here's how it's done. You select the mouth shape itself on the stage, and now you'll see here's the graphic, and saying, all right, I'm there. Now, I don't want it to loop. Otherwise, it would go back to the timeline in the graphic and just cycle through that. Nope. I want to play it once, and now here's where it comes in. What frame do you want? Well, for the for the M shape sound, rather, I'm going to say 36. So there I go. And then look at that. It brings it in. You can see it's been changed. Now I'm going to then dictate another one. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to insert a keyframe, and now I said I want frame 31. So notice it doesn't have the mouth selected in the properties window here. It's the frame. So one important step is you click on it again. Aha, there it is again. Now I don't want 38, and I'm going to tell it to play once again. It was already defaulted there, so that's good. And now I'm going to say, give me 31. And I'll say that's good. And then I'm going to go to the next, down the road a little bit here. And again, I'm just showing you how this is done. I'm not worried about if it's perfect. I'm going to select that, and now I know I want 41. So you have to select the mouth each time. And I'm going to say 41 right here. And play once again, and then finally I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to hit keyframe, and I want the E sound, which is in frame 11. So again, I don't want the frame here. I want to click on the mouth. There we are. I see the graphic. Play it once, and yep, I want to go to 11. So I'm going to do that. Now, the word is only spoken for about 8 frames. So what I'm going to do right now is just delete all this stuff so it'll come across better. I'm going to remove those frames, cut those frames. So I've got a really short movie, and now that is the process. I'm happy with how that came out. Whether it looks exactly the way or not, I don't know. But what you're going to see are those 4 mouth shapes that I've called forth in that particular order. So let's see how it does. Murphy. Good enough. So that's what the idea is right there. We heard the sound. I could adjust that, but the point again is to get the various shapes that you want out of the mouth symbol that are reflected here. And you'll notice I have the letters that are for each mouth shape. And then if you're wondering, if I forget some letters there, which the entire alphabet is not there, if you go to the all mouth shapes and look, you'll see that there is a image that has all the various mouth shapes, I believe.